Hi, my name is Jeff Saperstein, and I'm the co-author with Hunter Hastings of the book Service Thinking: 7 Principles to Discover Innovative Opportunities. The intent is to be able to have you understand the framework, be certified that you know how to apply it, and then create an opportunity for you to work with industry leaders in companies such as IBM, Cisco, SAP, so that you can successfully apply what you've learned.
I think the service thinking framework was very unique, and it was state of the art because it caters to the emerging technology, the emerging e-commerce models that are coming out in the new economy that we are seeing. It is focused on the customer experience and enables a service provider to think from the customer aspect, and not just the customer but all the stakeholders in that ecosystem.
Service thinking was, the framework was definitely useful. It gave a frame of reference, right, for thinking about what can be quite a complex subject when you look at it, because we're talking about innovations, very broad, right, and it gave me a way of thinking about that in a coherent way and importantly articulating it.
This course is designed to help you prepare for your career, whether you want to work for a large company, whether you want to be a vendor to an industry, or whether you want to start your own business.
I had several interviews before I settled on the job that I'm in now, and I talked about service innovation in each one of them, and everybody loved hearing about it. You know, it's new, but it resonates with people because it really it allows you to think about what it is that they are doing or what it is that you want to do for them, but to think about it in a more innovative way. And so they loved hearing about how I could take what they're currently doing and then make it more efficient or more productive or make it more scalable.
I had a great project during the service science program. I give great thanks to Jeff and Hunter for arranging it, and they put us in with some great people at IBM. It gave me exposure to the US banking environment and the US banking system and the challenges that it is facing. So I can definitely say that it directly helped me in my career.
One of the core principles of service thinking is the idea of co-creation, that we are co-creating an experience with you. Therefore, what we want to do is first teach it to you and then work with you. And toward the conclusion of the projects, we are becoming your colleagues in order for you to be able to feel like you have had a truly excellent experience.
To me, I started getting engaged with Jeff and Hunter much earlier, before I had even chosen the elective. Jeff had sounded me about an interesting internship project with IBM, and he had picked me as one of the candidates because of my prior experience in financial services. And therefore, Jeff offered me the opportunity for an internship with IBM, which was very exciting, where we got to work with a very senior IBM consultant to work on cutting-edge marketing models for the retail banking industry. And as a follow-up on that, the service thinking elective followed on to the internship project. So it sort of neatly tied into that. I worked very closely with Jeff and Hunter. There was frequent feedback that was taken from us in terms of designing the course and any course corrections required based on the student feedback. So I think it was a very, very two-way relationship that I had with Jeff and Hunter. And also they facilitated my conversations with the client in IBM, and that helped all of us, me and my colleagues, to interact effectively with the client and cater to their requirements.
Jeff and Hunter made something different and made something unique. So this is not your standard course. It's not about reading or understanding concepts. It's about enabling you to learn. It's about enabling you to understand. So the onus is on the student to make the effort. And the onus is on the student to do the proper background search. Where Jeff and Hunter would come in, they would bring in their experience, and they would guide you, they would direct you, okay? They would say, did you think about that, okay? Did you consider this? And I think it's more like real life work, more like real life situations. It's not like a theoretical classroom situation. No, I think it's close to as close as real life as you'll get at Hult.
Hunter Hastings and I work as a team to first teach you service thinking. Then we work to prepare you for the certifying tests that show that you understand service thinking. And then we work very closely with you as mentors on your projects and as consultants with your supervisors so that your project will come to a successful conclusion and you can show that you have successfully applied service thinking in a way that will help your career.
As far as the test, it was more challenging than I thought it would be, but it was really useful in a sense because it truly was a culmination of everything that we had learned up until that point. It really challenged us to think about what we learned and how we could use it. And then when we got to the mentorship projects, I worked with SAP, and there were moments where I thought, okay, how am I going to do this, or what am I going to do? And then I just thought back and I said, oh yeah, I've already been tested on this. I know exactly where to go and I know exactly what to do. So the test was really useful.
I felt the whole test process, was very real. Starting off with the written test, which was like preparing a real consulting deck, if you will, whether internally or outside, and went on to working with a client, where at the end of the day, a lot of that evaluation was from them. So that was great.
While working with an industry expert or a practical project, I guess all these questions, you will come across these questions and you get a chance to actually solve these questions, solve these challenges.
Despite me having 14 years experience in the banking industry, working with the mentor in IBM was still an eye-opener for me because it looked at the retail banking industry in ways that I hadn't imagined or I hadn't foreseen. It opened my eyes to some of the latest innovations that are happening in the banking space.
If you're somebody who wants to be challenged, who wants to think about things a little differently, who really wants to innovate in a lot of ways, and this is the course for you because it will give you the tools to move forward and innovate in a way that you probably haven't been able to do before. So I would definitely recommend the course.
I would certainly recommend this course for anybody who has an interest in, from a career standpoint, in technology-enabled innovation, which is really where everything is moving, and the move towards greater proportion of value being from services. So since that's the direction that the world is going, you definitely want to take this course.
I would definitely recommend the service thinking framework to any service industry, because nowadays almost all the companies, they are focusing on customers or users, and the customers are also eager to contribute from their side.
We all want careers. We all want futures. I think this is one of the best tickets you can get to achieve your future and to get your career objective or your career goal, because this is where you are able to put as much effort as you want and to really dive into the area that you're interested in.